Hello again. Now, after a week of outages, City Power technicians remain in Northriding in the northern part of Johannesburg, trying to get to the bottom of a litany of faults. Residents of the suburb have been experiencing extended power outages since Sunday night. eNCA reporter Theo Mashele following the story, joining us now live on the ground, still in Northriding this afternoon. Theo, good afternoon again. Earlier we saw you speaking to a City Power official who are saying they are identifying these faults in different places, and part is vandalism, is cable theft, but they want to make sure that from midnight tonight, the residents of Northriding will get their power back.
Yes, indeed, brother, and that is what City Power said earlier on, that their ETA is gonna be tonight in midnight. But from what the residents are saying, this is actually a recurring thing. So they're not worried even about what tonight's ETA is. What they're worried about is why does this keep on happening, and the fact that this repeatedly happens and nothing is being done. So I've got some of the residents here from Northriding, and I'm just gonna find out from them how this affects them. Hello, ma'am. Thank you for talking to us. Can you tell me, how long have you been experiencing these outages here around the area?
It's been ongoing. We haven't had a week or 2 weeks or even a month where we've had consistent power. It's every week. Last week there were parts of Northriding that were without power for 3 days. This week there's other parts of Northriding that's out of power for 3 days. But I think the issue here is not so much the outages. It's the lack of consistent service delivery. It's the lack of communication we're receiving from our councillor. I mean, we are here, but our councillors are nowhere to be found. We could not get a hold of our councillor for the bulk of today. So we're just saying, as residents, we believe that we are being let down by the people who are meant to stand up for us as residents.
Yeah, and I just want to find out from other residents here, how does this affect you on your day-to-day?
Well, for one, we are throwing away food that we cannot afford to keep on buying. We cannot work from home. We don't have internet. You can't move around. There's no traffic lights at work. And when you do move around, you can't even go for a walk in your own area because you fall into the pits that they've dug up and never put back.
Do you guys see solutions that, do you feel like City Power is actually bringing in solutions here to this problem?
I really can't see it. I'm actually at a loss of words because I cannot see it. And it's just an ongoing problem. Why can they not stop putting up new complexes, for one? Where do they get there's no resources, there's no infrastructure. Why put up more at the already failing and it's just, I don't know, it feels like we're under siege.
Is there a communication network where you guys can communicate to your ward councillors and where you guys actually express your grievances in terms of these power outages?
Yes, so we do have a community group. There's actually multiple community groups here in Northriding. However, they are not fruitful, right? We get an update here or there dependent on how City Power gives you an update. The problem we see is the incompetence from City Power. With this being such a big problem, the repeat issues, it should be treated as a problem issue. You should have a high-touch team or a dedicated team specifically around this area. We have been going through this for 2 years plus now. These extended outages is not only a commercial loss to the people, it's a security risk to the environment. Like the lady has said, we have these cables that's been dug up, they're trenching, but post that, there's no repairs of the roads. So you have the snowball effect happening across this area, which people have paid good amounts of money for their properties in this area. At one stage, Northriding was prime property. Now, I would say I'm looking at moving out because of the service delivery issues in this area. So my plea to City Power is start some proper communication, regular updates. And we're seeing over the past weeks that the Bryanston area and the Kaya Sands area are taking preference over Northriding, even though the references or the tickets incidents have been raised before those other areas. An example today, we've been out of power now since 9:36 yesterday morning. Till to date, there's no power restoration. Bryanston had a dedicated team today. The testing team, incompetence again. One testing team in the whole of Johannesburg for city power. This is what we've been told by our councillor, right? The community met with city power management at the Baha'i Center last year. Promises, promises, promises. Absolutely no results. The quick fixes and the band-aid fixes, we're actually asking them to do it now because we are at risk. I'm not going to say from a commercial perspective, I'm calling it a safety risk. That's the key thing. There's people out there, families need nebulizers, people are sick, there's oxygen tanks, there's babies, there's all kinds of situations. So, in bottom line is city power needs to catch a bloody wake up. It's as simple as that.
All right, thank you, sir. That's it from the residents here in Northriding, Braden, raising a couple of concerns when it comes to these power outages and how it exactly affects the community here in Northriding. Health risk, which is one of the things that they mentioned with oxygen tanks and maybe babies needing some electricity in order to, nurse their health. They also mentioning security risk, the fact that when there is no electricity, people here could be in danger in terms of having no security and no lights on the roads and it being dark around here in Northriding. And also there's the concern of communication that they've mentioned, where they're saying that their ward councillors around here as well as city power is not exactly communicating the truth to them, because they have been told that a solution will come, but it seems like it's a band-aid issue that is happening here, where things are being fixed, but 2 weeks later the same problem happens again and it reoccurs. So there's a couple of issues, and now residents are taking to the streets as well. As you can see around here, there are cars parked all around here in the complex, and people keep on coming and joining. And what they are saying is that they are tired of the fact that these power outages are actually recurring and they are not stopping. And it seems like even though there are solutions that are being made, these solutions also don't last. So it seems like what the residents are saying is that they need answers, and there is no clear communication to them how exactly this problem is being dealt with. So these residents here right now are going to the substation, the Northriding substation right now, where we have the city power representatives there on the field, and they're going to speak to them and ask for answers.
Yeah, I think the best answer is to find a permanent solution. I mean, every week for months now in Northriding, it's been this challenge of these regular power outages on top of load shedding, by the way. You can't just keep on blaming cable theft and vandalism. You have to find a solution to prevent these crimes from affecting the residents. Thank you very much, Theo Mashele. They're on the ground in Northriding, in the Randburg area, north of Johannesburg.